Now, Heart Day is approaching on the 29th of September. It's a good day to actually recall and reset our sort of sight on what we should do and know about heart disease, because today the incidence of heart disease in India is about 12% of the population will get heart disease in their lifetime. With the size of our population, if everybody who is in the current estimate allowed to get heart disease, there's not enough money to actually be able to treat all of them with stenting or bypasses or what have you to try to save their life. So I think that way Heart Day brings this mirror to us which says that look, we are in trouble. And I think the best way to actually deal with it is, one, awareness, two, actually doing early testing to save those people who are at a high risk of developing heart disease. Three, because we say heart disease is detected in three different ways. One is that you don't have any knowledge, you don't have any symptoms, and on a regular checkup we discover that there is an abnormality. Whether the abnormality is in the cardiogram, whether it is in your blood levels of fat and stuff like that, that's the best way of finding out, because at that stage we can reverse many of these things, and we expect that that person can be 50% or more can be prevented from proceeding towards critical heart disease. The second way of finding out is that you start getting symptoms which we call chest pain on walking fast or getting angry, which stops when you stop. These are all classic anginal symptoms. Now, if you get that, and even then if you do the testing and find out by doing whatever test is required that a person has critical coronary artery disease, even then treatment is available at that level, so that if you are in the first two categories that I just talked about, there is a 99% chance that a person can lead a full life without any problems by treatment, of course. On the other hand, the third way is which is the worst way, is to find out that you go ahead and have a heart attack. And if one gets a heart attack, then you are set back by 20%. 10% of the people who get heart attacks will die before they reach the hospital. 10% in the hospital, or 1 year in the first year of being a victim of heart attack. So it becomes like a 99% to 80% story. And then if you have a large enough heart attack, then you will never be able to function properly because you can get short of breath and things. So there is a lot of currency in informing yourself about, one, the general principles of how to avoid heart disease, and also specifically to oneself assessing the risk factors. The risk factors are, one, if you have family history of heart disease, the chance of children of that family having heart disease doubles. If you have diabetes, the chances go up by 25%. So, and also the double part is, the worst part is that with diabetes you don't get warning. The nerve endings in the heart are actually neutralized or dead, and the anginal symptoms which normally are warning signs to a person don't happen. So they go on to go heart failure or die directly. So diabetics have to be even more careful. So I think if you are in that high risk group, you need to go early for a quick preventive checkup, and we'll find out whether there is a problem or not. But if you are in not the high risk group, then up by the age of 30, every individual should have one assessment to know what is the problem, if there is any, in their bloods, in their chest x-rays, in their blood pressure. All these things we can measure very quickly, and it's not very expensive, and you can say, yes, I know what my risk factors are and I can deal with life much better. So that's the message for Heart Day, that if at least you can do that for yourself, you have done yourself a great service. Because if one gets a heart attack, it's not only a burden on oneself, you are a burden on the family and a larger society, and then the country ultimately. So I think all of us, if we behave a little more responsibly, we just need to make sure that we are not getting heart disease and we can stay clear of it and enjoy life healthily. Have a good year.